Hi guys, I have another Copic coloring and card tutorial for you today. I am coloring Bon Voyage Emma by the Papernest Dolls, and she's really cute, a little travel character, and I got to use my travel stamps and stuff to use with her. I've had this bike paper lying around that I really wanted to use, so I'm using that, and that is also where I pick all my colors for today's card. But I'm not gonna waffle on, I'm gonna leave you here with some music and then I'll come back after the coloring. papers I'm using today is from My Girl by My Mind's Eye, and I'm combining that with a kind of deep red orange as the matte papers. I'm cutting down the matte papers to be 5 3/8 by 4 1/8, and I'm gonna do both the inside and the outside. I'm also going to add a vertical line on this card that I'm cutting down the mats for it at 1 5/8 by 5 3/8. Then I'm taking my papers and I'm gonna kind of invert the colors from the inside and the outside. So I'm cutting the kind of main piece down to 5 1/2 by 4, and I'm cutting down the panel to 5 1/4 by 1 1/2. I'm doing the same with the orange paper. I kind of chose this orange paper because it's almost a solid, and when I have such a busy pattern as the bikes are, I try to use something that is almost a solid to kind of balance the card. Here is the stamp set I'm using today. We're going to write Life is a Journey. I'm starting with Life is A, and I'm stamping that in VersaFine Onyx Black, which is my favorite black. Down on the same paper I'm using as the matting. I'm also using some orange soda mid-tone ink for the journey sentiment. And I'm using the Hero Arts inks because they are very good at stamping solid stamps. They stamp a little bit blotchy at the beginning, but as the stamp sets, it's actually kind of fills out and becomes really beautiful solid. Here I'm cutting it out, and I'm cutting it out in a very, very high speed. This is, I think, like 5 times the speed of what I usually do. And I'm cutting down the strip to be 4 inches to go horizontal on the card. Then we are layering all of the papers together, and I'm using my Crafter's Companion tape runner for that. I really like this tape runner, but I'm starting to run out of them. I think I have to lay another order soon. And I'm layering everything together bit by bit, using that tape runner on everything. Here I kind of trying to figure out where I put the sentiment. I want to put this down with just the tape runner because the journey will be put up on foams. And here I'm actually measuring so that the inside and the outside kind of look the same. I wanted them to, as it is a little bit offset, I wanted it to be better. I'm cutting down some white cardstock to make a little strip. It's the same white cardstock that I stamped the journey on, and then I'm matting it with an equal, with a 1/8 of an inch wider red cardstock, continuing on with the same as the mattings. This is going to be the tiniest little strip of where you can write in this card. I really wanted to kind of have the same layout on the inside and the outside this time. Then I'm cutting down some 3M Scotch foam tape, and I adding them onto my image and on my little sentiment strip. And then I'm just pushing her down onto the card a little bit over that sentiment. And the finishing piece is that little journey flag at the bottom. I am using some marshmallow, basil marshmallow cardstock that I've cut down in half and then scored at 4 1/4 to make a standard A2 size card. And I'm using the same tape runner again to make these panels sit on that card. And that is the card for today. I hope you liked it. If you do, please thumbs it up. It means a lot to me. If you have any questions, just comment down below. And down below you find the description where you find all the materials and links to all the materials that I've used today. I want to thank you again for watching, and I'll see you later. Bye!